Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another Dollar Tree haul, and you guys, I'm so excited because what I found is mostly new makeup. I always love sharing a Dollar Tree haul, especially when I find new makeup. So today I'm super excited. Of course, as always, we'll be swatching things, opening things up, all that kind of thing. I also found a couple other random items that I kind of needed. So anyways, if you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming back for another video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm basically a bargain beauty channel. What I mean by that is I like to do a lot of the same fun content that other beauty channels do. I just like to keep it at the bargain price points. The closer to $1, the better. And because of that, I also do a lot of Dollar Tree hauls as well. So if it sounds like you're in the right place, I do hope you'll become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube. As always, I'll have related content, including my Dollar Tree haul playlist, down below in the description box. That way you can binge watch and kind of catch up on some other content. So without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So y'all, one thing I have got to tell you is that, so me and my husband acquired an air fryer last year sometime. And when we cook, we really like using an air fryer liner. It just makes cleanup so much easier. And we've purchased the Reynolds ones and we still have them, but we don't like them nearly as much as the SureFresh from Dollar Tree. So SureFresh has these air fryer liners. They're like a basket style. That's the kind of air fryer that we have. For $1.25, you get 15 liners. They're 7 by 9 inch wide by 1.7 inches deep. They also have a smaller size as well, and you get 20 in those. We have both sizes, but we particularly like the big ones. So I went ahead and bought 2 packs. Like I said, we don't even reach for our Reynolds ones anymore. They're just kind of flat, and so stuff will fall off into the sides and things like that, and grease. These here keep it really contained very, very well. Absolutely love these. And if you've never used an air fryer liner, a word of caution, and we've learned this the hard way on more than one occasion. You want to preheat your air fryer before you put the liner in, because if you have a basket style, it can go up to the top and catch on fire. So you preheat your air fryer, then we like to put our food in our liner and then lift it and put it in the basket once it's preheated. So yeah, we really, really enjoy these from SureFresh. Like I said, they've got 2 sizes. We really enjoy the big ones. These fit in our air fryer, and so if you have a smaller air fryer, they do have a smaller size as well. Absolutely love their basket design. Then I was needing some more of these, and I've never purchased this brand before. This is the brand Grin, and these are their flossers. They're smooth, apparently they're a smooth dental floss. They got like 3 or 4 different varieties of these. They have some with the double like strings. They've got some that are for sensitive teeth. So you get 60 of them, and apparently they're earth loving, they're minty, and they just look like something you would generally pay more than $1.25 for in CVS. So I want to see how these ones are different. Let me know what your favorite brand of these flossers are from Dollar Tree. I've used the Plackers, as well as another brand they have, and I've never used this particular brand. Okay, it's not really exactly what I thought, but it's got a little string on there. Of course, you get the little pick on the end, so really nice. Like, I keep some of these in my car, and I also keep some at home, and so very, very handy to have. And I just feel like Dollar Tree is the place to get these. And then I saw this in the checkout line and thought, I have to have it. And it's this big, giant Sharpie. It's their king size Sharpie. And I just thought, you know, who can't use this? It's got a chiseled tip. I just thought that could come in handy for certain things, especially like marking boxes or something like that. So picked this up. Like I said, it was kind of an impulse buy in the checkout line. So when I popped into Dollar Tree yesterday, I was just kind of popping in on my way to work. Didn't really expect to find anything, but I swear that is when I always find the best stuff. I literally have a small Dollar Tree on my way to work, and on those days where I just go in on a whim, I usually end up hitting the jackpot, and yesterday was no exception. So they had a brand new display of the new Ioni makeup line. So the makeup line is called Veil of Allure. That's kind of hard to say. And I got almost everything they had. I didn't get doubles of some of the blushes and the lipsticks, but I picked up one of most of everything. So they had 2 different blush sticks, and I just went ahead and picked up both. They've got cherry and raspberry. I've really come to really like a cream blush product. Not like a liquid, but like a cream. I like their blush sticks. They have one in cinnamon that I really, really enjoy. And I also like their highlighting sticks as well. So they're supposed to have a natural finish. They've got mango butter in them, vitamin E, and they're paraben free. So this one here is described as a red. This one here is described as a warm pink. So what I do love is these do have the name on them of the shade they are, but it's really nice, pretty packaging. So this is raspberry and this is cherry. There is a direct swatch, and then I'll kind of go ahead and blend them out a bit. Let me know if you have seen this yet at your Dollar Tree. I've said this before, my Dollar Trees really do very well. I tend to get things not first, because I'll always end up seeing people like out west or maybe further south get things before we do. There they are blended out. They seem to be very, very easy to work with. Very, very blendable. Maybe even more blendable than some of their other blushes. We'll see, but you know we'll be testing these real soon. So they had some plumping lip products and some lip oils. I think I passed on all those, but I did get both of their liquid lipsticks, mainly because of the shades. They seem a little bit different. This one here is called Chocolate Martini. It's a reddish brown. That sounded interesting. Then this one, and this one here is a deep, cool red. It's in the shade Bloody Mary. You know, I can always use a good red. So here is the packaging. Ooh, see, that's a nice different color. And I like that the names are on here. So this is Chocolate Martini. Look at that, y'all. Really good for the holidays. And then Bloody Mary. I'm hoping that this is a really nice red, y'all. I think it is. Look at that. It's described as like a cool toned red. So super excited to try both of these. Then they had a couple shades of this matte lipstick. I just got the shade Warm Toffee, which is described as a spiced nude. It says it's long wearing, full coverage, and has vitamin E in it. This is kind of how they've been doing their more like stick lipsticks. Ooh, y'all, look at that. I like that they're coming out with something beyond just like pinks and mauves and stuff. That looks gorgeous. Very, very excited to try that. Then this is one of the items that I was the most excited about because, again, anytime the Dollar Tree branches out, it always makes me happy. And I feel like Ioni has really needed to branch out, and they have a little bit. And here is another way they are. They finally came out with an eyeshadow primer. So here is what it looks like. And it's supposed to intensify vibrancy of your shadows. It's long-lasting and prevents creasing. And it says it's in the shade Nude, which means it might help neutralize any color on your eyelids, which I personally really like. So again, the packaging is beautiful. Of course, you get your little doe foot. There's what the product looks like. It looks similar to like my Shop Miss A eyeshadow primer and even like my Urban Decay Primer Potion. It doesn't look like it has as much color in it as like my LA Colors. So yeah, we'll definitely be giving it a try and seeing how it performs. Then they also had some eyeshadow sticks. Of course, I'm always a little disappointed when they come out with a collection and we haven't gotten any more of those shimmery shadows. They did come up with 4 eyeshadow sticks earlier in the year. I think it was the Glamapalooza line. And they've been giving us liquid shadows as well, but I really want to see more powder. But nonetheless, I did pick up their shadow sticks and I got all 3 shades. So this one here is in Cocoa. It is a brown shimmer. This one here is in Cream. It is a beige shimmer. This one here is Black. It is apparently a black shimmer. So here they all are out of the packaging. And let's do some swatching. Wow, the black here seems to be really, really pigmented. And it's got a hint of shimmer. Y'all, these are beautiful. I am really excited to try these. These would make like a beautiful one and done. The dark one could, see, look at that. Aren't those beautiful? They're really creamy, really pigmented, really smooth. The black especially could even be used as like a liner kind of, you know, like along your lash line and help smoke out. And you could use literally all 3 of these and get a nice smoky effect with all 3. Or, you know, just use one of the lighter shades for a one and done. So super excited to try these out. And then last but certainly not least, they have an energizing glow mist. It's supposed to give you a dewy finish. It's supposed to hydrate. It's got ceramides, vitamin E, and is paraben free. Of course, they have been coming out with a lot of sprays here recently. Pretty much all of their collections have some kind of a setting spray, which is good because I like to really use it. Like if I have a 2-show day, I like to spray my face in between shows. And of course, I use a lot of setting spray for my brushes when I use powdered eyeshadow. So it comes in a nice little bottle here. Same shape and size as a lot of the ones they have, just a different design. Has a very pleasant scent. I couldn't tell you what it smells like, but a really pleasant scent. So I can always use a really nice setting spray. So I also forgot that they had this face and body illuminator. It has a shimmer finish, it's lightweight, has vitamin E, and it's paraben free. It's in the shade Rose Gleam, which is described as a rose gold. Here's the packaging. It is kind of like the one they came out with in their Lunar Zodiac line. And there is it squirted onto my hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in as well. Of course, I went a little heavy-handed, but it's very, very shimmery. Of course, you wanna go with like a light hand, or you can mix it with your foundation. Apparently, you can use it on your body as well. And it does seem to have a little bit more of a rose gold tinge than the one from the Lunar Zodiac line. So, of course, super excited to try this as well. So definitely comment down below. Let me know if you've seen these items yet at your store, and if you have, what did you pick up? You know, I love talking to you all. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And if you can and want to, if you can hit the hype button, it does help me and my channel out very much. And I do appreciate when you decide to use any of your hypes on me, because I do know you only get so many a week. Definitely check out related content down below in the description box, and definitely be on the lookout for me testing these new products out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.